Hello class, today we're going to talk about transformational geometry. Okay, this is going to be a 5-part video series over transformations. Okay, so in each of these videos what we're going to talk about is what is it and what do I need to know about transformational geometry. So this is part 1. Part 1 is about definitions. So let's just talk about the 4 transformations that you need to know in order to be successful in 8th grade. First one is a translation. And what you need to understand is the word transformation applies to all 4 of these. And these are the 4 types of transformations you can do to a shape. The first one is translation, which means to move without rotation or resizing. We commonly call it a slide. Okay, now there's a couple things that you need to know about. Okay, does this particular transformation, does it have any impact on congruency? And does it have any impact on orientation? A slide, if I take this figure here and slide it to this one, that's a translation. This figure and its new figure, which we call the prime figure, are they the same size? Yes, they are the same size. So a translation has no impact on congruency. Does it have any impact on orientation? What that means is if I take this point right here and notice that this point is on the top left-hand side of the figure, its translated point, is it in the same location? If it is in the same position as it was originally, it had no effect on orientation. So a translation has no effect on congruency and it has no effect on orientation. Next one that we have to know is a rotation. A rotation is a turn around a fixed point. We commonly call it a turn. It rotates. It turns around a particular point. Okay, so here is our original figure. Here is our new figure. So when I went from the old figure to the new figure, does it change size? No, it doesn't. All this one does is it rotates down 90 degrees about this fixed point right here. Okay, now the other thing is does it have an impact on orientation? Well, this point right here is on the top left-hand side of the original figure. Where is its corresponding part? On the bottom right-hand side. Okay, so they are in different positions, so it has an impact on orientation. Next one, we have a reflection. We commonly call this one a mirror image or a flip. A reflection is a flip over a line of symmetry. So we're going to have some sort of a line that we're going to flip it over. Okay, so I took this figure here, I flipped it to make this one. Okay, so I flipped it over that line of symmetry. So when we look at a reflection, I look at the points and in their relation to that line of symmetry. So in my original shape here, it's 2 to the right. So then in my new shape, it should be 2 to the left. Okay, this one here should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to the right of my line of symmetry. So this other point should be 13 points to the left of my line of symmetry. And that's what we're talking about by a reflection. Now, does a reflection have any impact on congruency? Well, my original shape and my new shape, same size. Does it have an impact on orientation? Well, this point right here is top right of the figure. This one is top left of the figure. So does it have an impact? Yes, it has an impact on orientation. No effect on congruency, does have an impact on orientation. And the last one that we have to understand is dilation. A dilation is a transformation that enlarges or reduces a figure. Okay, so I took this little figure right here and I increased it to this figure. Okay, and I did that based on a scale factor. Okay, so like I would multiply this one, each of these side lengths by 2 to get each of these side lengths. Okay, so if I go from a little to a big, okay, that is enlarging. If I go from a big to a little, that is a reduction. So does it have an impact on congruency? Yes. We go from little to big, that is definitely not the same shape. So it is definitely have an impact on congruency. Dilation is the only one that has an impact on congruency. All others do not. Now, does it have an impact on orientation? Well, this point right here is top left. Its corresponding part is also top left. So it does not have an impact on orientation, but it does have an impact on congruency. And dilation is the only one that has an impact on congruency.